Top of the morning, guys. I am Irvin MALACHI-RESEAN, and we are live. We are endorsed by none other than Eva Mirror Express Homes LLC. As you guys are coming in this live stream, we want to thank you guys for viewing us this morning. Please like, comment, subscribe, and we got a really special one for you guys this morning. Becoming a real estate investor during a market recession. Something I've been taking a bit of. I would have to say my stance is taking massive action on this one. Reason why is because we are proactive in the markets and we are assuring that we are distributing in a manner that is properly adjustable to the markets. So we are rising as the inflation is also descending. So you guys are seeing it all over the news. $2 trillion right from the Facebook of $2 billion. To whatever, too many twos. Here's where the focus is at. The focus is on what are you gonna do about it. Everyone has an opinion, right? It's like two butt cheeks. You gotta figure it out. What are you gonna do about it? It's like that's the main key concept. So we're going to get into that today. This is a part of our 90-day challenge here. We are in day number 28 of our 90-day cold calling challenge on episode number 33. Oh, man. We got like 90 days to go. Spare my cringe. Guys, did you guys see that we got a subscriber? Shout out to our subscribers. Thank you guys for subscribing. Thank you guys for being a part of our journey here. I believe you guys just like to see us cringe, but at the same time, we enjoy it ourselves because this is also helping build our educational purposes and also our team. So without further more, I want to get into it. So what are we doing for 90 days? We're cold calling property owners and solving their challenges in exchange for ownership and control of their property. We're dealing with boxes, with tops on them, with individuals inside of them that are facing some sort of challenge. Some of the common challenges in which we're facing are absentee owners, generally so, that are not living in that primary residence and or have a rental that they are having a challenge. Sometimes we call them tired landlords. And what we seek to do is solve their property's challenge and get them a bona fide check for their. Well, I won't say bona fide, but we solve their problem by being able to take the burden off of their shoulders. And the means of doing so is not always monetary. Sometimes it's a value to them. It could be something as just as much as taking the burden of taking the mortgage off, or dealing with the property that's a tax delinquent, which is another one of our challenges in which we solve. And that we come across more commonly. So we come across pre-foreclosures. Now, the most important imperative of all of this is being able to know how to delegate these circumstantials, and we also deal with probates. And each one of them all face their own several solutions in which you can take to solve the challenge. Some of our key ones that we really hone into are like pre-foreclosures. Generally so, because pre-foreclosures don't happen overnight. These are common occurrences that occur about 6 months before. Common is far too common. It's almost like 36,000, I believe, in the last month of June, where it was recorded that they're filing for bankruptcy, or property owners are going into pre-foreclosure. My apologies. So that is just something I really want to hone into, because there's a market obviously for solving the challenge, especially when 90 days out, these property owners are receiving in the mail a letter of default on their mortgage obligations, and in which we could solve their challenge. And we're generally not so noted of it until the next 30 days to spare time, and this is generally about 60 days out from the actual auction sale of the property, where the property is being utilized as a collateral to adjust or remove the obligation completely, or just solve the lenders or the service providers challenge. And the means of doing so is about this 60-day spare of time, where they are sending them letters of what's considered as less pendants. Less pendants meaning a general, it's a legal proceeding. My apologies. My apologies. Less pendants, which is Latin term for a legal proceeding. During this legal proceeding, there is, in such as a state that we're doing business in, is a non-judicial state. In a non-judicial state, there are a set of orders that occur. there is an attorney that is involved with the case, in which the service provider has hired to auction the property off. If you're in a judicial stage, it generally sometimes works with a court system, or as you have it as you will, a magisterial, who will then go before you will go before in concerns of your property. Now, while the property is in less pending status, this is generally so when the property is being publicly advertised. This is when we come in to provide our service to a property owner solving their challenge, and the means of being able to place them in a position where they can solve their challenge, where they can actually upheaval the burden that is on their property, or that is on their shoulders, which is still the property. Well, what we are able to do is provide them with an opportunity to cure that debt, and remedy is what we seek to provide for our clients, or place them in a position and guide them in the positioning to receive remedies, is for the lack of better terms. Because no one's going to fight for your inalienable rights as you are. It's just plain out simple. What we seek to do within the next 30 days period, or as soon as possible, as we come across these sorts of challenges, they generally have like another 30-day span where they get a letter in the mail that the property is going to be auctioned off, and that the proceeds are going to be utilized to cover the debts, secure the debts of that are owed against the property. And at which the point we will come in and seek to stop the pre-foreclosure within that 60 to 30 day, or getting closer to, or we just simply, once we know of it, we just want to stop it. That's where our objective is. The tax delinquency challenges that we face are common instances as well. Sometimes there's stipulations inside of mortgages that we come across where the service provider does not cover the taxes, and so it is up to the property occupant to cover the taxes that are delinquent against the property, in which we can then offer an opportunity to uplift that burden off their shoulders, and that means as well, in exchange for ownership or control of the property, for solving that challenge. So what we're doing here in the 90-day challenge is giving you guys a front end on the line, front line of how we, first and foremost, how we even interact with our clients, how we interact with just leads in general, because they don't become leads until we actually get on the phone with them, when we know what their challenges are. And then once we are led to their challenge and what we can solve the challenge, then we have the property inquiry, in which we establish. Once this is established, we are now knowing the proceedings of how we can solve the challenge and upheaval the burden off their shoulders. Now, many times that doesn't always mean of cash incentives. So if you guys are out there saying cash incentives that aren't always the truth, please, by all means, that is unethical. Do not do that. You guys are placing individuals under a 30-day contract, which is not fair to the property owner who are seeking to actually sell that property. However, in the means of how we teach it here, we teach you to work with buyers who are interested in these properties. First, establishing your interest into the property, stating that, hey, look, this is something that you're really interested in. And then what you're doing is you're buying it for the buyer. Okay. So always first, we build our buyers list. First and foremost is what we teach here. We tell you guys to go out to your local city halls, go out to your local auctioneer places, auctioneer establishments, in which that you can then speak to someone who are dealing with a large buyers list. And in which at point when you go out to actually in the market to find and shop for these individuals, you can bring them specific properties in which that that you can make a good haggling of a deal. So in our Shakatia, you have Mr. J. Joe, who you met down at the local auction, who is paying for properties up to $250,000. He's had to put $5,000 down on the property just to bid on it. He's probably never seen the inside of the properties. You're able to go up to Mr. J. Joe and say, hey, look, I'm willing to bring you properties that you bid on and you won for 3 beds, 2 baths in the 20744 area code. I would like to provide you with properties in which I could get for almost a fraction of the price of that. So you go out, and once you guys exchange information, so you go and you find Miss Sarah Sue, who needs to sell her property because she has $15,000, $20,000, let's say $20,000 in arrears of taxes. You can solve her property challenge if the valuation of a property is, say, at $100,000 is what you say, or what you believe, but the buyer says that he believes that the property is at $150,000. So you could put the property under agreement for $75,000, or something like I like to do is more so of terms, where the seller can provide me with a term, and at what point we can agree to give us the control of the property. And then what we could do is rent the property out, cover the basis of the 13,000 or 20. My apologies, 20,000. I keep the numbers the same. The 20,000 in which they are seeking to assure that are covered in the taxes, upheaving the burden of the taxes, placing a tenant in the property, and then what we're able to do then is cash flow that property. So let's say hypothetically that the property owner or the investor will invest in, or just wants to buy the property outright. Let's say he pays the $75,000 for the property. You buy it for $20,000. That Ms. Sarasu is owed on her taxes. $75,000 is almost about half of what the property valuation is. It just may need about $20,000 to $30,000 worth of work. So about $50,000 is what you're going to be all in on the property, and then you set yourself an assignment fee for $20,000, in which you're going to assign the equitable rights $25,000. You're going to assign those equitable rights over to Mr. J. Joe via placing a purchase agreement with Ms. Sarah Sue with Inside Escrow Title Company, in which then you're going to assign those rights to Mr. J. Joe, which he can then sign for an assignment agreement, which will also go to the escrow title company. Escrow company is going to do a full title examination on the property, and once the title examination comes back, you can then know if there's any liens or encumbrances that are on the property and receive your settlement check once the buyer or Mr. J. Joe closes on the property. So Ms. Sarah Sue receives upheaval of her burden of $20,000 and then taxes and arrears, the $30,000 worth of fixtures to bring this property up to 2024 speed. And then, of course, the property valuation being at $150, but Mr. J. Joe can say that the property is worth more. You think the property is worth $100,000. You think the best at this case could be is at $50,000, so that you can make at best. Oh my apologies. 55,000. Numbers matter. $75,000 is where I was at. So, however, you are making the differential of Ms. Sarah Sue's $20,000 delinquency plus the $30,000, which is $50,000 all in for your agreement, and then you're going to assign those rights over to Mr. J. Joe, who's going to pay $75,000 for the property. $75,000 for the property. Okay, and then you can now see where I'm getting my $25,000 of an assignment fee from. Now, moving forward. So what I'm going to do is, and I see you guys are coming in still, so thank you guys for viewing me. I'm having today's like my best day, guys. I probably say this a lot, but no, today is my best day, like top notch. Today is it's like none other. I haven't had a day like today. It's been phenomenal today. So I want to show you guys how we are adjusting to the market recession, how we're able to upheaval while everything else seems like it's going to oblivion. I want to show you guys how you can maintain the course and strategize to win and succeed, so you can take that $20,000 and actually start a marketing campaign of going out and getting more sellers who can utilize your service, because you are providing a service. This is not a 501(c), which is a tax-free organization. You are here for profits. So let's go out in the market. Let's start buying some deals. So today is going to be brought to you by a company in which I think is pretty darn good. Dealing with more so of pre-foreclosures attorneys in your local area. I'm going to be using this site here, in which I found just through my discoveries of Googling and toggling around and being in the market to find properties. As you can see, it is founded in 1996. BWW Law Group LLC is a full-service law firm representing the mortgage industry in Maryland, Virginia, and District of Columbia. Our practice includes representation in a variety of legal matters, including all aspects of loss mitigation, title resolutions, foreclosure, bankruptcy, evictions, real estate litigations, and real estate closings. Our well-trained staff of attorneys, paralegals, and legal assistants meet a high standard of performance by providing exceptional legal expertise to our clients and exemplary customer service to our clients and their customers. So they're just bar card holders. Just sum it all up. They're bar card holders. They're able to pretty much, they're debt collectors. Let's get straight to the point. They're able to, based off of the debts that are owed against properties. They're able to auction these properties off. In which you can see they have sales in Maryland, District of Columbia, and Virginia as well. So I'm just going to sign the dotted line here. I think I signed it. I don't know. Let's just click something. Or guys, read. You guys are the smart people. You guys are super smart. So you guys can figure that one out for me. What this says. So I'm going to come in here and I'm going to look for properties in which are tax link, or pardon me, pre-foreclosures. You guys love seeing me cringe. So here we go. I want to find properties that are in my locale, somewhere in my backyard, so that I don't have to go too far. So let's see. Here we go. Let's use this one for happenstance. All right. So I'm going to actually drop this in my calendar so I can have this readily available. So I know who I'm speaking with and in reference to when it pertains to the property. My apologies, guys. We're doing a quality check. Quality controls. Okay. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and drop this in my calendar so that I can do a follow-up with you guys here live. So this auction is going to be held on October 15th at 9 p.m. or 9 a.m. 9 p.m. Could you imagine being out late at night, out in these streets? Yeah, don't do that. Let's see, foreclosure details. Okay. And then what I'm going to do is drop the address in there. All right, so now that we have the properties information, what we want to do is we want to go to netteronline.com so that we can find out who owns the property, so we can contact them, so we can share our interest in the property. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to scroll down to tax assessors. And then what I'm going to do next is go to their local tax assessment site. So the address of the property is 869 Widgeton Road in Norfolk, Virginia. So I'm just going to place this information in here. All right. Purdue little single family home. Let's see if we can find out where the property owner is. So we got Ethel D. Scott, who has a mailing address. So they do live in this home, or at least they have it tax assessed. Or at least that's where the tax assessors are collecting taxes from. All right, so now next what I'm going to do is place this inside of my notes off to the side here so I can immediately take notes as I call them. People don't care how much you know until you show how much you care, until they know how much you care. So I want to make sure that I am taking the best key notes of what they tell me during the call. Also, we have a software that records and that we can hear the call back here even on the live, so you guys can see the call, and that we can review the call back for our training purposes, so that we can critique our craft, mastery our craft. There's a saying by Bruce Lee: I do not fear the man who has mastered 10,000 kicks. I fear the man who has mastered one kick 10,000 times. So let's do this kick 10,000 times. If we could call 50 individuals in a day, that's 4,590 days. 90 days. If 10% of those individuals in that which decide to sell to us, which is not a bad number. Let's say at best 1% of those 10%, right? So out of the 450, let's say we're at best, say 45 of those individuals actually care to take interest in selling their homes, right? Even at 1% of that 450, which probably wouldn't be 1% of it. No, I'm actually right. I apologize. So even at 4.5%, so I am correct. So four out of 4 or 5 of those individuals, they actually take interest of selling their home. We only need one of those 450 to actually sell us the home. Just a key note for you guys, especially for if you're seeking to do this on a consistent basis. This is really for individuals who work a 9 to 5, who feel overworked or underpaid, who have a 401k stacked, or if you have a store, or if you have a 401k that's stacked away, and you're watching the unhappened that has happened, or whatever. Oh my gosh, this is not politics. There's no politics here. Oh my gosh. Moving forward. Moving forward. So the unburden of burdens. All right, whatever. It's comical. I'm starting to gain her like. Let's move forward. Let's just move on, guys. So as we can see here, this property is 1,300 square foot, 4 beds, 2 baths. I don't know. That's a really sizable home for a 4-bed, 2-bath. Wow. Huh. It's got a detached garage too. All right. So what we're gonna do is we need to find out how we can get in contact with this Miss Ethel Scott. I believe that's Ethel. I believe that's Miss Ethel. Pardon. So let's take it on now, shall we? Alright, so this is at 9. So what we want to do is we want to go to fastboostsearch.com. And I'm also going to pull up truepeoplesearch.com. Now, the reason why I'm using both sites is because 2 is better than 1. If one has more than the other, then I can use them both, the best of both worlds. That way we can find the property owner or locate the property owner. And once we have located, then we can discuss the options that are available to them. Now, I would do if these were pertaining to more so of like high equitable properties, whereas I know that there's no liens or mortgages against the property. More so of deals, whereas they can create better terms for us or more favorable terms for us. What we simply seek to do is to appeal any stipulations that are occurring by the mortgage lender first, which takes a bit more advanced learning to do. However, to offer a simple fee for the property price, many individuals like to buy the properties at 60, 70 cents on the dollar. I like to buy the properties particularly for my buyers. So if my buyer is buying at 80 cents on the dollar, as a bank would do, and he's able to make a rental income on it, and hey, look, we're buying properties at 80 cents on the dollar. It's all in what our buyers desire. Okay, So I had to update the calendar really quickly on my end. All right, now that it is up to date, I'm actually going to drop the address in here now. So let's see. So we got an Ethel Scott here. Whoa, and she is how old? 95. So I'm not sure if she's. Let's see if she's. Let's see if she is available. And then we have a Sharita Scott. We have Sarah Scott. So we're gonna go with this one. And there's one number that is available. Well, two on this site, and there is. Let's see, one on this site. All right, let's see if we can get a hold of Miss Ethel Scott. Just make sure this stuff is in my notes too. Place on all numbers in the notes because you want to make sure that you have them all together so you can call these individuals up and solve their challenge. Oh, this site actually has the same number as this one, so we're actually not going to use this one. And I believe they both have the same email address too. They do. Okay, so we're just going to call this number because it's the only number that's available.
The number you dialed is not in service.
All right, number's not in service. So for instances like these, what we do, we have several marketing tactics in what we do. We do 3 calls. Obviously, this number is the only number that is available, so we can either send them or once we send them the three phone calls, it means that we don't have a number to call on this one, so that means we can't leave a voicemail, which also means we can't send them a text, right? So what do we do? In a case that may be, pardon me, guys, in a case that may be, what we seek to do is pretty much permit for sending them an email in which we have here that's available to us. And then what always probably would be best in this circumstance is sending them a mailer or door knocking. So we want to do either one of those 5, but if we cannot do the phone calls, if we cannot do a text, we cannot do a voicemail, I can either send them a mailer or I could do a door knock. So those 2 are really prominent. And of course, door knocking is one of my favorite things to do because it gives a real opening opportunity for sharing the interest that we have in the property. I would prefer for it to be door knocking right now, but I'm bringing you guys this content first-handedly. So thank you guys for viewing. Thank you guys for being here a part of this journey. The next 90 days are absolutely exciting. Nice. Let's see. Send this individual a. So we can also get in contact with family members that are obtained here too, because as you can see, there's also numbers here at the bottom, relatives. But we want to speak to the decision maker. So it's always best that if you send them a mailer, you don't get any response, you can door knock, and you may actually get a contact of a family member, or maybe a neighbor might know some information. But we're seeking to speak to the decision maker. So. right, so my email only consists, if you guys need the script for the emails, you can send a request to the following email. The links are in the below description. If you guys need that, I will not keep this up here long, just simply because I don't think it's the best effectiveness for you guys. I believe it's almost like QRC, like I'm just selling you guys QVC, I'm selling you stuff, and I'm not. This content is 100% free. It's not sort of free. It's completely free. So have as you may. All right, let's move on to the next one, shall we? So we're going to go back to the same site. We're going to jump here, grab this one. Okay, just so an update for this guy, for this video, there was no email that was obtained. There was no number, no email. So a door knock would probably suffice for this one. All right, so I'm going to drop this information again, as you may know, into my calendar. I'm going to add a description. Being though that we already have the properties or the site for the assessors, we don't have to toggle around. We have the information, so all we got to do is plug and play. So we're going to take the property's address. Let's see, make sure I have the full information in first. Okay. All right, that'll do. All right, that looks pretty good. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Okay. All right, so now that we have that in there, let's find out who owns this property. All right, so we have a Jana Otolo. It's also a sizable home too. It is a great day to buy problems, guys. That's what we're here to do, right? We're buying problems, selling solutions. I happen to be a problem-solving naturalist myself. All right, so we have a name. We have a date. We know that this is their mailing address. So we want to find out with the information that we have. Because I'm calling it today, not, let's see. Let's find out where this individual lives. At Godspeed. 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 You guys got to move through these. Got to move through them quick. 50 phone calls can be very doable, guys. Even if you do this 4 hours a day, you can get it done. All right, here we have Agenda Toli. All right, so you guys know my rule of thumb. Oh, they do actually do. Wow, this is actually the first actual name and number that came up along with a address that was of my age, so I stand corrected. They do actually share the information that are within our age bracket, so it's good. Good to know. All right, so I'm putting this information in the other site now. You guys know that they do the wonky stuff of verifying. All right, so here we go. All right, same numbers. So I'm just going to grab this number here. I'm going to place and drop that there. 2214, yep. And I also have an email here. See if the same email varies. It does. All right. All right, let's give this individual a call.
Welcome to Verizon Wireless. Your call cannot be completed as dialed.
Okay.
Please check the number and
Just in case if there was a blockage in that one.
your call cannot.
All right, so again, another number in which we do not have a, so what are we gonna do with this one? We're going to send them a mailer and, oh, well, we do have an email. So can't do the phone call, cannot do a text message, cannot do a voicemail. I'm gonna send them a mailer and probably at best I'm going to do a knock. So let's go ahead and send them an email. Let's hope that this is up to date. I believe the date was October the 10th. So, okay. That's done. Oh, I'm gonna make sure we use their name. All right, done. Send them a mailer, send them a email, and log for the team. So let's keep pushing. Oh, and we also want to make sure that we notate that we called and there is no answer. So we're going to do follow. All right. So much simpler just having this stuff inside of like a calendar so you can do the follow-ups. All right, let's get to the next one, right? Smooth sailing, guys. Never created the best captains. You got it. You guys got it. You got it. When things are this favorable, man, you just gotta continuously press forward. It's gratitude, guys. Gratitude. Life is premised on contentment and fulfillment for men, happiness for women. And I am certainly finding my means. All right, so we got a date for 10/8. And we have a time for 9 a.m. All right. Looks good, looks good, looks good. And okay. So now what I'm going to do is do a follow-up for this one for purposes of property inquiry. So we know when the date is for the foreclosure. We just need to know that we followed up and went on certain dates. And then we're going to place it for this week so we can follow up again. All right, so now what we want to do is we want to find out who owns this property. And the best way of doing so is looking at the county's assessors, as we may know. Oh, we got two properties here. What's going on here? What is going on here? What do we have going on here? City owns one part of it, right? So city owns this parcel, which is super interesting. All right, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to actually look at the gist map because I'm not too convinced the way it looks like that. That is very interesting. They share a lot with the city. Did they auction this lot off and we're not aware of it? Or is there like... I don't know, guys. That's the first time. The city owns literally the same exact plot. However, it's a separate account number. It's a completely different account number, but it's the same parcel. All right, I need a bird's eye view, or I need a street's eye view. So let's look at the street. You guys know I've been looking for a beachside home too, and I think this is a beachside home. So I hope this is my beach home. Oh, city owns a lot, but there's the house. Oh my gosh. Whoa. Oh, this might be it. This might be it. This might be it. This may be it. It feels so right. I believe this is the house, guys. So the city owns this here. And this is the house, I suppose. I don't see anything else that's negating that. So here's what I'm gonna do. All right, so let's jump back to the very first beginnings of when we seen the property. Let's jump here and let's look here. Oh no, see, this is a completely different home. Completely different with the same address. That is really interesting. Let's go to this map. So this gist map has it as you may. It's nowhere near the beach, but I tell you what. Where is this even? Oh, there it is. Interesting. So where are we as far as notating which house this is? 23503. So let's look at the zips. 23503. Oh man, that is really interesting. Okay, yeah, the beach home is not it. God darn it. That's just when you thought it was, that's when you thought it was the time. Doesn't mean I can't go and offer them for the home, though. Just not at the means of what rate we're looking to. Yeah, we make it work out deal. Just never know. But we're working with the property because this is the one that's on the list, so we're just going to use this property. So we're going to place this information because I got to put it in my notes. So there's 2 owners on here, we have a Roberta McLennan, I believe McLennan's the last name, and John T. Okay. All right, this information's in here. Interesting. Let's see if we can get in contact with either one of these 2 individuals. So we're going to take the property's address and we're going to place it inside of TrueSearch.com. Okay, here's a Roberta. We have a Roberta, so we're going to take this. We're going to actually drop this over here so I can open up 2. So we're going to use this name and number. And this is going to be Roberta. And let's see it. Oh, we do have some more numbers down here. Nice. All right, so we use these numbers too. Don't need that last one. All right, and then Mr. John. Let's see if Mr. John's number available for us. We need a John McLennan. John Macklin. Jesse Macklin. Oh, need a John. We need a John. Oh. All right. Well, that's not the John that we're working with. Yeah, completely different address. It's a completely different address, but they have a similar number. Yeah. They have a similar number. Huh. Interesting. Let's place these down there. I'm just seeing if I see a Roberta on here. I do. Possible relatives. I have a Jesse McLennan and a Roberta. Man, this is a really interesting conversation to have. I'm going to go with Roberta first. Because I don't know who Jesse is. And Jesse's a lot younger. So I don't know, maybe that's as you can see, it could be a parent, mother, father, spouse, wife, a husband, exes, brothers, sisters, or children. So we don't know. Man, you guys feel the suspense? Oh my gosh. This is why I do this. It's like you guys dropping one down in a comment, you feel the suspense. This is pretty good. I don't believe I've ventured on one of these such as so. But the numbers are the same for this one. All right, I'm gonna still grab. Oh my gosh, I got a lot of emails too, possible emails anyhow. All right, so we got Roberta's information. We don't have anything on John. And if the John that we're looking at here, John's deceased. And so we might not have a lead here on John, but we have one from Miss Roberta. And a possible who we don't know is whether or not if they're the actual, like, if they're who this individual is, which is a possible relative. Huh. Interesting. All right, I need a bird's eye view of this property. All right, street's eye view of this property. What kind of neighborhood is this thing in? Why do they place me in this area code? There's like a not this property. Oh, yeah, zip code. Postal code's Mata. Oh, I've been to this property before. No, I haven't. Nope, I've never been here before. It's hidden. It's a hidden gem. Can't see no backyard. Can't see no fronts. Oh, this is literally all you can see, guys. It absolutely needs maintenance for certain. Let's see if we can get to the next street. I think we got too far. There we go. Oh, stand up close. Oh, I'm gonna shoot beside it. Oh, no. I'm down the street. Huh, this would actually make a great side driveway. Interesting. All right, let's go ahead and call these individuals. Let's see. Wow. Okay. Need the date, need the address, need several things on this notes. And then the date is October 8th, 2024. Hi, may I speak to Mr. John McGlennon?
Who?
Mr. John McGlennon?
I got the wrong number.
My apologies. Would you happen to know the owner of 200 West Ocean Avenue?
The one there?
My apologies, sir. Would you happen to know the owner of 200 West Ocean Avenue in Norfolk, Virginia? All right. We're not able to he was not able to hear me on that one. All right, so bear with me just a very, very quick momentarily, guys. All right, so a person wasn't able to hear me simply because their phone sounded like it was far away from them. But anyways, they didn't know who we were referencing to either way. Oh, and that was the main number for Roberta. Oh my gosh, guys. Woo, spicing up, spicing up, spicing up. No. Okay, let's keep it pushing, guys. We're gonna find these individuals. We're gonna locate them. I think this is the number that was on both of Mr. Jones.
Sorry, the number you have dialed not in service.
Okay.
You've reached Jane Etheridge.
At the tone,
Definitely not them. All right, I'm sending these individuals an email. Got like 2 numbers left on this one. I think we're gonna end it here, guys. I like to keep these straightforward to the point. Man, let me know. Let me know what you guys think about this one. This is a real interesting case here. We have individual who is no longer part amongst the lands of the living, and the other individual we seem to have a hard means of finding. Stories like this right out to tell me like probate, guys. I don't know. I just don't know enough information. That's it. I just don't know enough. And here's what I'm also gonna do. We haven't called any of John's numbers, so I don't know. I just don't know if he's. I don't know if he's really deceased or not.
one moment. Your call has been forwarded to voice.
All right, we got a working number on that one.
One moment. Your call has been.
All right, come on. That's a landline number. I can't text it.
Your call has been forwarded to voicemail. The person you're trying to reach is not available. At the tone, please record your message. When you have finished recording, you may hang up.
Hi, my name is Malachi-RESEAN. I'm with Eva Mary Express Homes, calling to stop the foreclosure on 200 West Ocean Avenue. Calling to speak with Ms. Roberta or Mr. John McLennan. The auction is set for October the 8th, 2024 at 9 a.m. If you would like to keep the property, live in the property, we can discuss how we can accommodate you in that manner. If you would like to take the property off your shoulders, we can also accommodate you in that manner. Also, it is truly up to you. Give us a call back. Best case contact. Hello.
Hello.
Hi. Who do I have the pleasure of speaking with?
Who am I speaking with?
Yes, my name is Malachi. I still don't know who I'm speaking with.
I'm sorry?
I still have a hard time of knowing who I'm speaking with.
You're speaking with Rick.
Rick. Okay, I know several Ricks.
Okay. You work for a business or something?
Yes, I do.
What business you work for?
Even Mary Express Homes, but I'm still not knowing
Okay,
who.
that's all right.
All right, super duper weird. Anyways, yeah, Rick. I don't know you, Rick. I guess because you tell me your name is Rick, I'm supposed to know who you are. No text, any of that. Guys, this one about wraps it up. Kind of like cut me sly in our voicemail. However, I wasn't able to get the last one. It was a landline either way. I wouldn't be able to text it, and the voicemail was pretty much about wrapped up. They can use the caller ID to call back. I'll send a mailer out to this one too, just simply because I know that this one's going to be a pretty interesting one. I'll probably do a door knock too, just to share my interest, to do some more due diligence in this one. Guys, let me know what you think. This was pretty good. I like challenges. I like solving challenges. However, I like to have individuals on the phone, even more so than I just like calling these individuals. Having them on the phone is so much more of a clarity sake of what we're here to do, rather than leaving them voicemails, shooting them a text, and all the other marketing tactics that we employ. Just want to make sure that I have everything, all endeavors in order, so that if there's anything else that I need to do for this one. 10, 30, I think. Got to make sure I comply with my scheduling on that date. Yeah, so guys, it's pretty super simple on this one. When you have individuals you can't reach out, you can't get in contact with them. They seem like they're hiding under a rock or something, or it could be possible probate case. We don't know. We just don't have enough information. You don't have enough information at this point in time to make a judgment. We take it a step further. We do our due diligence. Sometimes we order a list down at the circuit court, district court, pardon me. We pick up a list with the clerks at the probate office, and we scout the list. And if their name populates on there, then we can reach out to the registered agent or the executor of the estate. And we get in contact with them. We offer them an opportunity to cure the note. Not that we're working with their service provider, but on our own behalf, as a provider of our own, who can actually show them the means of actually acquiring the burden, or us acquiring the burden off their shoulders. So we want to solve their challenge by buying their challenge, buying what problems are they facing. So I'm going to end it here. I think this was pretty good. Comment below if you guys are facing any kind of challenges yourselves that you guys are looking to if you guys want us to buy it, take a look into it. If you guys are either in the real estate market and you have a deal, you want to joint venture with us, you can send us a DM. If you are looking to sell your home for any reason under the sun, or you're looking to buy a home for any reason under the sun, give us a call. We do. We're on both sides of the spectrum. We do buy and we also sell. And also at best, if you are a money lender, we are shooting you a beautiful. I mean, when I tell you this deal is probably one of our best deals, we have a lot of good deals that come through here at Even Mirror Express Homes. We have some projects that are so juicy. I mean, 60 cent, 40 cent on the dollar is expensive to us. 30 cent is probably where we're at nowadays with actually buying properties. However, we're probably even somewhere in the lesser of that. I just don't want to. I don't want to under promise and not over deliver. Okay, so I want to under promise and over deliver for you guys. Is that okay? Is that fair with you guys? I under promise and over deliver. Okay, so we want to provide you guys with the deals that we get, the projects that we have, and that you guys can invest in these projects. We do open it up where we're somewhere about 10% on a return for you guys, cash on hand. You're just not going to find those rates anywhere else in the market, especially like today. If the rates are dropping down 6%, 10% sounds good to you guys. It's a 4% gain on your money. So you're not getting that in the stock market or your 401k, 201k. All right, we're done here. Thank you guys for viewing. Today was absolutely a great one so far. You guys have a phenomenal day. And also, one last, let's grow. Carpe diem.